Today is a very important day, equally important like the first day that we held in East London. We expect that we should have a very successful engagement like we did in the first one. Remember, the very important aspect of this piece of legislation, like I've indicated, is the two related objectives: to advance consumer protection, to advance transformation of the new contractors that want to enter into the mainstream, and thirdly also to regulate the industry. Those who are not regulated, those who do not have enrolled their properties, they need to begin to do that. And lastly, the most important aspect is that the importance of the bill is we want to extend the cover, the insurance cover for the roof leaks from 12 months to 3 years. We want to extend the cover for the structural defect from 5 years to 6 years. And utmost important is that is from the date of commencement of the construction.
So what we are doing with this proposed bill, and we'll deal with it in the regulations, is that we want to create a clear framework which will make sure that the housing consumer is protected.
If we can look back to chapter 5, whereby ithetha ngento the act of provisional liability to builder's liability to accommodate umntu lona xa ube ulungisa indlu yakhe.
What is going to happen is that we are going to consolidate all those particular comments. It's required in terms of the law that once we have received all those public comments from the communities and also from the stakeholders, we as the department, what we have to do as drafters of the legislation, we drafted this legislation. So what we're going to do is to have a look at those particular comments and see to the issues that are raised by the communities, whether to remain with the particular provision that is being proposed, or we have to amend the provisions, or we have to do the new insertion as proposed by the communities. This is not only done to satisfy the constitutional requirements of a consultation, but this one is done in a sense of making sure that once the community have raised a particular issue consistently, what we have to do as the drafters of the legislation is to make sure that we put the particular instance into the legislation itself. So we expect in general that we'll have a more successful engagement as we have had before, but we'll expect that our communities will engage and give us a very valuable input to this important piece of legislation.
Ibalulekile into yokuza xa urhulumente esize ebantwini ngurhulumente wethu lo. Makathi noba sizawuthi ekugqibeleni akayenzi into esiyithethayo, kodwa thina sibe sikhona. Awukwazi uthethelwa ngomnye umntu.
The consultation is very important because izophendula ii-questions ezininzi that housing consumers bazifunayo baziphendula. As well, it's also an engagement ebalulekileyo because eku-improveni iquality yezindlu iyasincedisa.
Kum ndingathi kuye kwaba yi-advantage into yokokuba ndifumane umyalezo othi kukhona le session eyenzeka apha eMthatha, ndibe ndilapha edolophini ndifumane ke ngoku le opportunity into yokokuba mandize ndiza kuzimamelela, ndizo-witnessa, ndizokwazi ukuyigqithisa i-information to kubantu endihlala nabo kwi-community yam.